Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running left. This is Barkley. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. The tackle made by Mazi Smith. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Hurts now from the gun. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the red zone now. Into traffic, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Offense up to the line fast. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
The tackle by Kenneth Murray. A 4-yard loss. It's 4th down. Jake Elliott on for the field goal.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker Jake Elliott for the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. It's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. First down. Here's Dak. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10, Prescott. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys now lead by 10. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys drive their lead to 11. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
63.
Hurts throwing again. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag. Hurts setting up to throw. Hauled in by Gray. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
First down throwing for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles making a 1-score game in the 1st half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. And it's the Cowboys with a 2nd and 7. Dak now from the gun. Throw complete to Lamb. And he breaks into enemy territory before... on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Motioning the tight end now. Throwing on first is Prescott. Jump off caught by his back. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Dallas. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys drive their lead to 11. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. On first down, Hurts. Barkley's got it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
From the 37. Taking a deep shot here. This is caught inside the 15. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 4. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that kick is going to go out of bounds, and you know what that means. That ball's headed to the 40. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. 1st and 10 from the 41. Looking to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. The rookie from Texas comes up with it. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
This one is up and good. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the 2nd half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to the air. Prescott after that pick. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Here's another carry for Barkley. Has some space inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
George Pickens, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Prescott here from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Eagles will take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. That one's incomplete over the middle. Nearly an interception on that play. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. That's Smith on the slant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Punt team is on now, and they get this away.
That's taken at the 15. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will be backed up to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. This is ahead for about 5. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 23. Dumped off to his running back. And they had that one contained right at the line. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Finds his back complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
First down, here's Dak. One little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
It's taken in by Lamb. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun is Prescott. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. quickly on the shotgun handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Cowboys sending out the dime package. 3rd down. Man in motion here. Here he is on 3rd and long. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
He's got it at the 24. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. That's Lamb running slant. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. They send the tight end in motion left. He'll throw it. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He's back to throw. He's going to push one deep down there. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 4th quarter lead. George Pickens the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys jump in front now by 5. Aubrey now to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Hurts. Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles trailing by 5. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, Hurts. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He'll look to throw it. Able to get it to Barkley. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Third and 4 coming up now. To throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Setting up to pass. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. He's on the move. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.